Welcome. You're muted. You're muted. Welcome to a new episode of Much to Do About Nothing. You all right?
No, it was stuck at 15 seconds. I didn't
Oh.
know when it went to
Oh.
one. But yes, welcome to Much Ado About Nothing. Episode, I think this is episode 10, I
Episode
think.
10.
Yeah, episode 10. Um, there's a lot to talk about. Joel, Trayvon, what's going on?
You know? Yeah. Happy to be here. Should be fun. I have no idea what we're talking about, so let's go.
Just as I like it. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with. Let me see. I guess I'll start off with what I just saw. Um,
You just saw.
so apparently, what you got? Blumhouse,
Ah.
has bought the rights of Saw, but still has an agreement with Lionsgate, which is smart if you're Lionsgate. Let them make all the money and spend. Well, I'm sorry. Let them spend all the money while they still make you some money. Nothing ever wrong with that. I appreciate Lionsgate doing that. Lionsgate pretty much filmed the Saw movie last year to its completion, and then just decided they weren't going to put it out this year. So hopefully, with it going over to Blumhouse can check it, make sure that they don't need to do anything differently than what's already been done, and maybe we can get a release date. I love this for Blumhouse. Even though I'm starting to kind of feel like Blumhouse is slowly becoming too much of a monopoly. There's a lot of, I don't want to say foreign, but small horror companies that doesn't seem like they get enough love. It's either it's Blumhouse, a small company, or just a singular director. Um, So yeah, but I mean, I completely trust Blumhouse. I mean, I never loved the idea of Invisible Man, but somehow they made it work, and I loved it.
They
So,
did.
they have a lot of trust and faith with me. So, I think Saw is in great hands, and if anyone ever saw Saw 3D, can't get any worse. So, um, that's where my faith level is. Is that can't get any worse than Saw 3D or the last maybe five Saws. So I trust Blumhouse, but Trayvon, I'll start with you. Not about Saw, because I know you could care less about that.
That's not
What
true.
is your thoughts on? You like the Saw movies?
Now, I've seen quite a few of them. They scare me real bad.
Shocking. Okay.
But mainly because when I was in school, he was a mechanical engineer. Well, I'm walking around with him. So I'm just like, I'm nice to you, right? Yeah. No, I don't do
Oh
anything
my
wrong.
god.
I don't do anything wrong. Don't grab me. Okay.
By school, you mean college?
Yeah. And
Just
he
about
was
to say, I don't
once
need people thinking they were.
once I got that detail of him being a mechanical engineer, that's what scared me the most. Before I was like, oh, he's just nuts. But then when they said that, I was like,
So you thought. So part of you was like, I can get down with this if he was just an idiot that just happened to do these things. But because you saw that there was a sense of
it
intelligence
was
that went
actually,
along.
yeah, like it's thought out. It's actually like I
Got it.
planned this. I made these traps
Yeah, there's a reason.
because I'm a mechanical engineer. Okay,
Right.
all right.
Look, I respect it. I mean, I will always state that I fear the dumb man more than I do the smart one. The smart one, I believe you can have some sort of rationale. Dumb ones are just crash outs. They're just looking to do it to do it. Like, you ever see someone try to talk Jason from cutting their head off? Ain't no conversation to be had, right?
This
At
is
least
true.
with Jigsaw, there's a choice, there's a chance, right?
Is
I mean,
there?
you might have to lose your hand,
Is there?
but
I'm about to say, is there a
yeah,
choice?
yes. He told that one chick, "Hey, your key is in the acid. You had to lose your hand to get it, but I mean, he gave her a chance. I'm just saying, you don't get that chance with Jason. You fall over one branch, you're dead. There's no reasoning. But the question I was gonna ask you is, do do you feel as though Blumhouse is not becoming a monopoly? Because that's too huge of a thing to say. But do you think Blumhouse has gone too far from when they were the little guy to now becoming, maybe starting to become too much of the giant?
I had to go look. Yeah, I was gonna go look to see what they did. Okay, well, of course, Megan. Okay, they did all the like Insidious and Get Out and stuff like that.
Produced it. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know
You got to
that.
remember, a lot of these horror movies would go to places like Warner or Lionsgate and stuff like that. Now it just seems like horror starts to aggregate itself to Blumhouse one way or another.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on their website right now.
I remember the days where like Blumhouse and A24 were like the small guys. And now they've become such massive giants. It's kind of like, now it's hard to root for them. Because part of me rooting for them was, stick it to those big companies that, would say no to Midsommar, but you did it. You know what I'm saying? And now it's kind of just like, oh, well, now you like that.
Well, these are the ones you want to, succeed, right? I mean, you start out small, and then they succeed.
This is not a knock at their success. It's more so of a like, I want to see who the next little guy is that tries to. I enjoyed the company that did that. Joel would know it. The Nicolas Cage movie about like the demonic shit. The Zion or some shit. It had a weird name for that company, but I'm like, I'd love to see that company start to rise itself. I really did enjoy that movie. It scared the shit out of me. It's probably the most scared I've ever been watching a horror movie in theaters.
Really?
1,000%.
Well, you know which movie it was for me. I'll say it all the time.
I don't do that. Once you saw the connection to demonic shit, I was gone.
See, I can ignore that stuff. It's when it's too realistic. Like I told you, the scariest line I ever heard.
Demonic shit's not realistic. You ask Joel about New Orleans and tell me if that shit's not realistic.
See, this is why I don't go places. I'm at home.
I could punch a person in the face. I don't know.
Right, exactly.
Look,
I don't know. And I don't know what I'm doing to the person that feels so compelled by said demonic, entity. That they're like super strong now, all kinds of weird shit. I don't play with it. Keep that over there. That's for certain kinds of people. Not me.
Look,
not I.
Like I just said, what I felt about Saw, and I told y'all about Strangers. Because you were home is the most terrifying line I ever heard in a movie ever. So for me, that is terrifying.
It was one of the dopest lines I've ever seen written as a tag.
That scared me to my core. It changed my trajectory of how I did things. It really did. Look, so they did a good job.
Absolutely right.
So,
but like I said, Joel hit it right on the head. I can't do like if Strangers were to happen to you, you could essentially lock your windows and your doors, right?
Sure.
Now, let's not talk about them breaking down your door. You can lock your door. You can escape and get to a car, right? That's not how demonic shit works, Trayvon. There is no get me out of here. There's none of that. So I can't escape that. So for me, it's like, I don't like to play with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to toy around with that idea. So any movie I watch that sprinkles a little bit of that in there, you're going to scare the shit out of me. Every time. It will never fail. Never will it fail. Ever. I could watch Strangers and go, fun, and go home, sleep like a baby.
Nah.
Put some Exorcist type shit on for me?
The Exorcist shit, stuff like that, I can laugh at it.
Oh, God bless you.
I can laugh at that stuff.
God bless you. You say that now until a cousin comes over and starts speaking fucking Latin and shit and spewing throw up in the air, and then you don't know what the fuck to do, right? So, no. For me, no, not a laughing matter. That was the wildest line in any horror movie. Because I'd be home all the time. Yeah, that's why I said it was one of the dopest taglines really ever. Because it's the simplicity of it. It's like, hey, why are you picking on me? It's like, you were home. It's like, oh, well, that's fair. That's fair, I guess. You know,
Uh.
I get it. So Joel, I kick it to you. You know, you not giving a fuck if Saw never made another movie again. My question is more so of how good of a move is this for Blumhouse to take another decorated franchise and
Oh,
see if they can't put more life into it.
I don't know. I don't know what else there is to do. If they could do something more interesting going forward, like something new that they haven't done, I'd be interested. But like they did so many and juiced the shit out of it. I'm over it. Like they want to do something different that I haven't seen. I'm open to it, of course. But you know, it's one of those things where like Scream, like I don't really need to see more Scream movies, but if they want to do more, as long as they make it interesting, I'll be there.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that I think what you said with Saw hit it right on the head. I think the issue is that if you wanted to do something new with this franchise, I think the problem is that you've made too many in too short of time. Because like let's say you made 5, right? You made 5 Saw movies. I think you could have easily said we'll take ooh, sorry. Okay, hang that up. Sorry. You could have easily taken like a 5-year gap and then just rebooted it. Gotten a well-known old ass actor like Mark Hamill or some crazy shit to be your new Jigsaw. Like you could have done that, but now I kind of think like it's too synonymous with what's his name, to where now it's kind of just like you might have to just beat this into the ground. Like the only way to stop doing it is for one of these to flat out fail at the box office. You know what I'm saying? With him being in it, is really the only way for it to stop. Yeah, I'm not hoping for that, but I'm with you, Joel. The concept is too vanilla for you to keep doing it. It's honestly, Joel, how me and you were talking about this after seeing the first Strangers. It was our thought when they were like, "We're gonna do a part 2." We were kind of just like, "You kind of did it already." Like, I mean, you're just gonna keep chasing her, but like, we get it, you know? Like, we understood you happened across this house and chose them, and you know, she lived. I get it. I guess finished the job, but we're kind of over it. Like, no part of me forgot that a second part was made. So I just now started talking about it.
Right.
And that's like, oh shit, it's supposed to come out this year. So I'm kind of like, I don't really know what else you can do. But look, I say that, Trayvon, but I was the first one in the theater for when Scream came back. So, and that movie's been beating the same drum since 1990, 98, 99. So I guess it just depends on how you beat the drum. If it sounds good, then it'll be good. So we'll see if they're.
I think you're muted. I don't know. Something just happened. Your sound cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can hear you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always side with Joel on this, and Joel always says if you went through the trouble to film it, fund it, everything's completed, why throw it away? So I'm curious to see what Lionsgate does with this movie that's been done for over a year now. So that'll be interesting to see. That'll be very interesting to see. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, let's just get this out of the way. This is for Trayvon, and No, it wasn't my computer. I'm new to AirPods, so I forget when you touch some shit, it could do some shit. I'm just used to regular plugging in headphones, so I touched something evidently, and they were like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "I don't know who the fuck you are." So I'm like, "No." Anyway, AMC has agreed to run more commercials before films. It includes a platinum spot that runs right before the movie starts.
Say that again.
Why? AMC
That-
has agreed to run more commercials before films. It includes a platinum spot that runs right before the movie starts.
Yep, sounds like after heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
But that's
we're
I'm
gonna we're
telling
gonna
you, look,
that's
look,
how
we're
look.
gonna have
I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean this wholeheartedly. I will see how this feels, but I already hate the hour-long shit we gotta sit through as is. If this shit makes me feel even more depressed with how fucking long it is for me to get to the movie, I do have a Cinemark only 25 minutes away from me. I will completely cut AMC the fuck out of my life. I can't do that shit, man. Sometimes we go to see movies after like a long day, we're tired as is, and you tell me it's 30 minutes before the movie even fucking starts, and then the movie is 2 hours? We're not doing this, dog. I'm sorry. I don't got that shit in me. I'm getting old. I'm realizing that. I'm getting old, I'm getting cranky. Just keep shit normal. 3 trailers, movie starts. That's as simple as that shit should be. As simple as it should be. I don't know what all this extra foo-foo shit is, but I'm not for it. So I'm gonna see how it is. If it feels even longer, I'm good. AMC, I'm out. I'm out.
I mean, it's funny because it almost depends on whatever, like what theater you go to. Because if you go to Dolby, they have a little Dolby commercial,
Yeah,
and
you're right.
then sometimes even after the Dolby commercial, they'll have a goddamn Dolby featurette right before the movie of the directors talking about the movie you'll get ready to see. I'm
Can
just
I ask
like,
you this in all seriousness? I want to ask you this, Trayvon. Who do they think that's for? Right? You bought a Dolby ticket, right? You sit in a Dolby theater. Then it's telling you you're in a Dolby theater. And it's like, but I bought the ticket, sir. I very much know where I am. And what you're showcasing me is what you could showcase me by starting the fucking movie. Because they want to show you, hey, look at the surround sound. It's like, yeah, watching the movie could give me that. I don't think I need you to. Yeah,
no,
like,
but
I don't think I need you to enhance anything. Like, just start it, dog.
I don't know why they do that because if you're going to IMAX or Dolby, like even IMAX does that too, where they'll put like a little thing like get ready for this sound, get ready for this whatever the hell they're saying. And I'm just like, it's fun now right now because we're getting the Fantastic Four one that they're doing. I do like I've seen it once, that's enough, but the IMAX thing that I've seen them do that, but the Dolby ones have been the most crazy one where they had the featurette. I think I want to say Jordan Peele. I want to say Jordan Peele did one time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Greta Gerwig did one right before Barbie. I was like, I'm getting ready to see the movie. Why are you showing me?
They did it for Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah,
Sonic was the worst one. They gave up like. I'm wanting to watch this movie. Like 20 minutes of just them talking about the movie we're about to see and showing the shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I don't understand. That I don't get.
You're selling me the product. I'm already
here for. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, could you picture that? Could you picture, Trayvon, you go to a Nicki concert and the first 30 minutes is them telling you about a Nicki concert, and it's like, dog, I'm here. What are you selling me on? I'm in it. Like, this is it. The selling worked. It's why I'm here. Don't do any more selling. I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just, it sounds grumpy of me, but it's just like, I
don't
understand what are you trying to get? What are you doing?
You got all. I get. You got all these trailers already. You got the AMC, like the people in the seats that get in the car, and then whatever hell dance battle and all that shit they're doing. Right. Then you got Nicole Kidman, and then you got the movie. Or if it's Dolby, then you got the Dolby. Look, get ready for experience this. It's just like crazy. Like there's a lot of things before the movie.
Like I said, my only question is, I don't know what you're like.
That's why people like the Alamo. Alamo's right there. It's like when when we went to see Brave New World in there, they had they I don't know if they used somebody's YouTube video or whatever for Falcon and Winter Soldier, but this was before the time for the movie. So they showed you like a recap of him, like his journey or whatever.
Right.
And then the movie started when it was supposed to start. I was like, I appreciate that. It's I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
Look, they say they're doing commercials. That makes sense to me because you're just trying to make money for the theater. I get that. I understand that. But then you got it. It has to be a give and take. If you want to wear me down with commercials, then all I ask is that the Nicole Kidman shit, the telling me about an IMAX movie in an IMAX movie, like, you know, take all that shit out. If you want to do commercials, take all that extra stuff out. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like if we're watching The Boys, right? And in the middle of it goes a commercial, and it's 10 minutes telling you about the episode, and it's like, but no, I'm here watching it. Just let me watch the episode. Like, I don't think I need any more tutorials about a show I'm currently already watching. You did your job. I'm here.
Yeah.
Like the purpose of it is to get me here. I'm here now. Move past that. So
Yes,
I don't know.
weird.
God bless them, but like I said, I'm getting old, and it's just making me grumpier. I'm not interested in this shit. Like, I'm really not. I want them to stop. I'd really love for them to stop.
I mean, I joke about it because I do know the words to the Nicole Kidman video, but it's like it's fun to be to recite it. But it's just like, if y'all gonna add more, I'm already like, okay, I like the trailers and stuff, right? This is funny when she comes out stepping this damn puddle. I laugh every time, but it's just, but that's it. Don't do no more now. You added that commercial of them doing a dance battle in the cars and shit before the Nicole Kidman thing. I was like, what is that? Why did you add that? That's longer than the Nicole Kidman thing. But
to me, I don't get it. I don't know if they think it adds more excitement. I'm here for
don't forget the AMC. Don't forget that other AMC commercial where it's like, "Thank you for joining our A list." Don't forget that video. That's a little long too.
Of course, I just
don't forget that one.
To decide, just pick a lane, stick to it, cut everything else out. We don't need all that extra shit.
I think Regal has one that's like all together. If I remember correctly.
You say it again.
Regal, they have a video too where it's like, the people are walking in the theater and then something like that. But then that's it. Like, it's just one thing. When I remember, yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I get so angry.
I said, "Here go my girl."
There was one time I went to AMC. Me and Joel went to go see a movie, and it didn't show it. And I got like new life in watching the movie. I was so happy. Man, if only we can get back to those days. All right, let's move on. AJ sent me this thinking that I hadn't already seen it, because I live and breathe anything Star Wars. Apparently, there is a top candidate or candidates to replace Kathleen Kennedy after she leaves. The current thinking is that Dave Filoni would be a co-head of Lucasfilm with executive Carrie Beck. Some worry Dave Filoni is too steeped in Star Wars lore, risking the brand losing broader audiences. One Disney insider says he's not the Andor guy, he's the Ahsoka guy. Well, he created Ahsoka, so duh. I'll say this. I'll say that's a very foolhardy thing to say, because if you think Dave Filoni is too entrenched in Star Wars to be able to make something for the masses, I would say, are we going to ignore what Star Wars, the Clone Wars did? Are we going to ignore what the Bad Batch did? Are we going to ignore what Rebels did? Are we going to ignore all those things that was saving Star Wars in the midst of it? Oh, go ahead, Trevor. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just saying.
I thought you were about to say something. Go ahead.
I just think he's perfect for like how DC has James Gunn. I feel like that's the same. Like, you could have some finance guy or whatever on the other side, but for the creative, I think he's perfect for the creative part.
I just will never understand telling someone that they're too passionate to do the job, right? Because it's like, well, that's probably the guy we want the most, is the guy that is overly passionate, because he can say, "Hey, this is you're gonna shun fans by doing this. Don't do that. Let's do this." I mean, because have we not sat through 20 years of Kevin Feige? Would we not argue Kevin Feige is very entrenched in anything to do with Marvel? I would say that would be a fair argument. So I don't know. I think
What
that's
about
a full-hearted
Favreau?
thing. I don't think Favreau wants to do it. I think if Favreau wanted to do it, he'd already have the job. I don't think Dave Filoni wants to do it. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't. I don't think he has any interest in doing it. But I think if it comes to it and they ask him, he'll do it. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, they just need to get it right. I'm at that point. You got to get it right, and you got to find a good balance. I mean, look, Andor apparently was massive view-wise, right? And that doesn't have any of the mainstream allure that you would expect the Star Wars project to have. So I'm like, look, what I'm learning is, in today's world, is you don't ever have to make something for the masses, because if something is popular, it will always make its way to the masses, right? That's how I kind of felt like WandaVision was again, I'm not calling it this, but you could look at it like a cult classic, right? To where it was shat on, and then week by week, you started seeing more and more conversation from people who don't give a fuck about Marvel or anything like that. They just were attracted to the discourse of the show, right? So I'm like, I don't know. To say that someone's too passionate about something and thinking it's a bad thing, I don't know if I agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that at all. Joel, how do you feel about that? Knowing that you're someone very passionate about the things you enjoy, someone telling you, "Hey, that's maybe too much passion. Reel that shit in."
That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know how you tell someone you're too passionate to do the job. That's weird. I don't know. It's odd. I think he'd be perfect for it, obviously. If they want to do the co-thing, like with what they do with DC right now, as their co-CEOs or whatever they are, that works perfectly fine. I'm sure they can find a financial guy, a money guy. Well, Dave can work on as the creative force behind Star Wars, like he should be. You know, I don't think anybody would fight that. Actually, if it probably works better for Star Wars than any other medium, to have two different people working on, one the money guy, one the creative guy. And look, Star Wars has had its ups and downs, and I think a lot of that comes from lack of synergy. And what I mean by synergy is like there's a lot of different ideas. Not that everything needs to connect, but there's literally no conversation between different projects, and then that's kind of like where. Even within the same project, like the new trilogy, there was difference of opinion.
Right.
That makes zero sense to have three different ideas, or they almost had three different ideas. That's why they brought fucking JJ back, in my opinion.
Right.
Because at least continue what your original idea, or else we would have had a third idea, and it would have been like, what are we doing? Like, what was the point?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Colin Trevorrow.
Right. So, it's what it is. I just assume we'll have another Star Wars movie next year, right? Finally. Won't be at
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, shit.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The movie I'm thinking about is the year after. Sorry.
Yeah. So we should have one back to back, technically.
Yeah.
That's good. We'll finally start getting Star Wars movies. That's where Star Wars belongs. It's in theaters. Even though I've really enjoyed the shows, some of them at least for the most part. And I missed it. And animation, they should never stop doing animation in any capacity. That's really good at that. I think it should continue. I really should. Star Wars can go anywhere. I look forward to seeing if they do get away with doing what's this guy? What is his name?
What are we talking about?
Director for Swamp Thing. What's his name?
Oh shit. Yeah, he was supposed to be doing the old Jedi movie.
Yes. The guy that did
Yeah. It's
Logan.
the same guy, Trayvon, that did Logan.
Right.
I can't think. of his name.
Why is it escaping? It is gone.
I can see his face. That's the crazier thing.
Mango.
I can see his
James
James
Mangold.
Mangold.
That's
Thank you.
right. I look forward to that movie. I look forward to what's his name from the Wolverine? His name? Levy.
Oh yeah, Sean Levy.
Sean Levy's movie. Even though I don't know much about it, I'm excited about it. Of course, I love fucking The Mandalorian, so a movie based on that. Whatever that, because that's not even the time movie they were talking about, right? That's separate, right?
What,
Coming
the
to Starve?
Mandalorian movie? No. There's supposed to be a movie of a culmination of everything
Right.
coming together.
That's separate.
But
Right?
I think that was more so conversation than it was.
I still
actually
think that should
being
happen.
put into.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Go ahead, Trayvon. I'm sorry.
That would be awesome.
No, I just said I do too. Think it should happen.
Yeah. I don't know. With Bob Iger now back at the head, that movie would cost a shit ton of money. You can't cheap out on that movie.
It's a fucking movie.
But you got to sell it to Bob. You essentially have to sell it to Bob the way I assume Kevin sold Doomsday and Secret Wars to Bob, right? So I mean, if it works, then yeah, it could be massive for Star Wars. But the only problem with it is that it's you again putting a period at the end, right? Instead of a comma. There should be what comes next in this saga that we're currently in, because all the other movies are taking place. Who the fuck knows? Like, you're gonna do a Rey movie. Is that a Rey movie 5 years after a movie that's already 5 years, 10 years down the line? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you don't have to draw a straight line, but if your most profitable time in the last 10 years is this Mandalorian era, you shouldn't stray too far away from it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
unless that movie ends with like Ahsoka dying, Sabine dying, Ezra dying, like, you know what I'm saying? Those characters shouldn't just be, all right, this is it, bye. So maybe that's what's taking so long for us to hear any more movement about that film.
I think that'll depend on Mandalorian and Grogu, how that does. That's all.
yeah, because that'll be the first TV to movie.
Yeah.
Transition.
If that does well, then I feel like they'll fast track the
And you got
culmination movie.
Yeah, I just think it's weird we've heard nothing else about this culmination movie.
I mean,
since when they first recorded.
Because you just, like you just said, how much it costs, they probably like, look, I don't know if we're doing that right away. Like,
Right.
this ain't Avengers either. We're not doing these back to back. We got to see how the Mandalorian and Grogu does first before we
Right.
decide to go on to that.
That's fair. No
Yeah.
argument there. That is fair. Yeah, they probably just like wait and see. This is good, then we talk. All right, Trayvon, do you have anything else to add on that?
No, I mean, I'm excited to see what they do. Mandalorian and Grogu, was it Starfighter? That's the movie that Ryan Gosling's doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with everything. I always want to explore more Jedi. Look, now spruce it up. Get some new Jedi powers, some new Sith powers. Come on, let's get into it. Come on now, they can do some more shit with this now. Come on, get creative.
James does it. Maybe James does it. Who knows?
Somebody can lift off the goddamn ground. Okay, somebody can do it. Now stop
Technically,
playing.
Palpatine's done it a couple of times, but okay.
Actually, fly. Let me make it plain. Make them motherfuckers fly. Somebody can do it now. Somebody can figure it out. The goddamn force can't make you fly. Figure it out.
I tell you what, if they do want to do that, whenever they do it, I need a tie-in book telling me how they're
Somebody
able to
discovered
do it
their
as
ability.
opposed to why others can't do it.
Okay.
I need to know, knowing you'd want some they can blow up someone's head with their eyes. Like, I just need information about these powers before I see them on screen. That movie might not go in depth into explaining, and that would be a massive curveball in the history of Star Wars. I would just need them to explain it to me. That's it. I'm not saying I'm against it.
I just need
I
somebody
just
in
would
the
like
air
to know what the
fighting.
fuck I'm
Okay,
looking at before I say it.
that should be cool. Like, well,
Because I
I was
remember
like,
the
you
first
do
thing
all
I
this other
thought
shit.
when the acolyte happened and he used his helmet to essentially like short circuit the lightsaber. I'm like, I only know one thing that fucking does this. What the fuck is? Because it can't be that. That can't be what he's using. So when they finally, at the end, told you what it was just like, oh, okay. I mean, part of me was like, I'd like to see that more in Star Wars, but whatever. So I just need a tie-in book explaining shit. Don't just give me this Star Wars movie where Luke is flying all of a sudden. It's like, how the fuck is he flying? Like, I wasn't the biggest fan of when they did it in Matrix either. It was just like, Neo can fly. It's like, can anyone else? No, just Neo. It's like,
Neo.
all right.
Chosen.
Like, okay, guys. What was I gonna say? All right, let's keep it pushing. Trayvon, have you ever seen Ma with Octavia Spencer?
I've not. I've seen clips.
No, I only ask you this because you use that was it GIF or GIF?
GIF. Well, I say GIF.
Okay, you use that more than I think the movie ever used that scene.
I know
So
because
assumed
it's
came
how I
from you
feel.
liking the movie.
I have no idea what is happening in that movie or that scene. I just know
Me either. Never seen it.
that whatever she's doing there matches the mood that I'm in at the time. I'm like, it just works.
Anytime you post it, I hate it. I hate it
works
so much.
It works.
I didn't know what that movie was about back then. I still don't know what that movie
I still don't know.
I don't know what made the studio go, it's been 15 years. Let's bring it back. Because I don't remember people talking about it back then. I'm exaggerating, Joel, but
it might be that long. You never.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I don't remember it being that long.
It's definitely more than 10 years. I can tell you that.
I don't know.
2019.
No,
Okay, 6 years ago.
I'm about to
6
say
years.
How long?
it didn't feel
6 years ago.
It was 2019 this movie came out?
Yeah.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
When I look at the photo of her right now that I'm looking at, you could have told me that was 2003.
Oh, I can tell you why they're making another one. I don't know why it took them so long, but they had a $5 million budget and they made $61 million.
Why the fuck did it take so long then?
Yeah, I don't know. But
talk someone into it. Like, I'll do another one.
Yeah, I mean, when I heard the news, I thought someone was just joking. I'm like, I don't remember much conversation about that movie, but apparently I just been out of the loop. Apparently there was a lot of conversation. I just missed it. 61 million is a lot of conversation. So, all right, cool. All right, so let's move on. Tickets went on sale today for Fantastic Four. Part of me hates that concept because I'm like, how the fuck did Superman not go on sale first when that comes out in like 4 weeks? So part of me was just like, I hate that. But it did. It went on sale today, and it of course gave us what I hope is the last trailer we received for this movie. Which is kind of why I'm like,
now begins the clips.
Well, here's where I don't think that's true. I think there will be one final trailer. But my issue with that is if you had just waited until close to the end of June, like start of July to put tickets on sale, you could have given us the final trailer then, and then it's just a matter of a couple of weeks of clips and like interviews and shit like that. But now it's like a full month's worth of everything.
2 months. Like, almost 2.
Yeah, that's almost 2 months. I'm sorry, you're right. And I just don't like giving movies that much time to do press of any sort. It's just too much for you to put some shit in that I'm like, all right, I didn't need to. Yeah. I didn't need to see it.
Now the spoiler trailers start.
Yes, exactly.
It's about to get real bad.
Too much time.
Well,
so I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't like that.
I will avoid trailers to the movie going forward.
Now I can mute everything though. So
yeah. You know what's funny? It was so weird. I'm watching this. They call it a teaser. I'm watching this trailer that they put out announcing that the tickets are on sale. And every time I'm seeing a different scene in it, my brain keeps going, show me more, right? And I'm like, not show me more like of the movie. I mean like I'd like to see Galactus, like how he actually looks, and And then I keep reminding myself, I'm like, you know what? Don't even ask for that shit. They're giving you this tickets on sale June 4th for a movie that comes out July 25th. Galactus will be shown. Whether they want to or not, that motherfucker will be shown between now and the 25th easily. So I'm like, just chill. Just chill. Don't even rush it. It'll be out there.
It's the quotes that's coming out from them talking. Like, I can't think of the actress right now, the playing Sue, but what she said about Franklin. I was like,
Vanessa Kirby.
that's swirling in my head. I'm just like, don't show us that. I don't want you to show me.
No, I don't think they're gonna show us that because that's too much of a spoiler. Because already
want
you're
you to show me
showing the
that.
audience that she's both pregnant and delivers that baby in the same movie. You showing them too much would just confuse people. Of like, well, wait a minute, hold on, wasn't he just born? How the fuck is he able to do any of this shit? So no, I think just showing him was maybe too much already. Because I'm like, for us in the know, we know what's coming.
I guess that's why.
In the know, it's kind of just like,
If you watch the trailer, she knows she's pregnant, and then if you watch
Right.
the trailer, she knows she has the baby.
right, exactly. That's what I'm like, too much.
What that was in the first trailer too. Like at first, you could see her doing something in that thing.
They don't
just
show
confirmed
you.
it. They just kind of
Right.
confirmed it.
It's all
like-
maybe. No, and then second one definitely.
Yeah, they
That one
confirmed it.
real definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know that. After we saw the toy with the baby in it, I was like, okay, now they're showing it in the trailer, fine, because they showed the baby already.
No, they
in the,
more
in the
than
toy.
that with that statue. I don't understand how the fuck that thing was even shown. You did way more. Let me say this: for people that know, you did way more harm than you did good by showing that shit as soon as you did. Because we know, and I'll keep it as non-spoilery as I possibly can. For the people that know Franklin, we know what the fuck we saw there. And I'll just keep it at that. A lot of people thought it was the other way around. It wasn't. If you know, you know. So I was very surprised that was shown. I'm like, so you're just not gonna hide it.
Look, when I first heard about the child, I started Googling and I watched a lot of stuff and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was the worst thing we ever did was let you know anything about that child. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was the worst thing we did.
Do you think people are going to compare it to other things? I saw somebody today that was like, somebody's going to say this is a copy of Incredibles, and I'm just like,
Yes.
that's so funny if they do that.
Yeah, no, people will, but those are people that were born in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005.
Because everybody says if they watch, anybody that old enough watched The Incredibles, they're like, this is the Fantastic Four.
Right.
Yes. Now, also, what should help people who are maybe thinking, oh, this movie is based off of Incredibles. The guy that made Incredibles has always talked about wanting to do Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
So I'm like, he's never hid the fact that he was easily biting off of, you know what I'm saying? Because even when you look at them, the characteristics of the characters match the Fantastic Four. It's just in different. Like Johnny is Dash, Sue is the daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, you see it in I'm saying
the power wise.
Yes, power wise, and some of their like
attitude.
You can't tell me you
the
don't
attitude.
see Dash and think Johnny.
The only one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
And then the mom stretches or whatever.
They just kind of
So
mix
it's
it
like,
around.
you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a smorgasbord, really.
They didn't give him firepower.
Fantastic
They
Four.
gave that speed.
Yeah.
But the other powers are basically the same as the Fantastic Four, just kind of mixed up.
Right. You know what's really gonna fuck up people is if this new Incredibles movie, she gets pregnant again and has a girl, and then the Fantastic Four tries to do. People go, no, you guys can't tell me it's not stealing it from this movie. Like, come on.
If they give her power, you know. See, Valeria don't got powers, so it's like.
No, she just. Well, you sure?
She's a genius. She's like her dad.
She is a genius like her dad. Is that it?
Basically, super genius. Super genius.
I felt like she had a little bit of.
I believe
kinda like her
Doom.
mom.
No, I don't think she has any actual abilities. She's just really smart, and Doom is her like godfather or some weird shit. It's
Yes,
really weird.
that I do remember. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look, tickets went on sale. We all copped our tickets. L'Oreal was not happy that I didn't ask her about a Thursday night showing, but she's going. So, you know,
You didn't tell her?
putting that out there for her. No, I did ask. I texted her this morning. I'm like, I got you your ticket. She's like, oh, Friday? Nope. Saturday? Nope. Thursday. Thursday.
I have to go. I mean, I'm gonna end up going again because April's not gonna be able to go.
Right.
I'll take her and the baby another day.
I'll see if how much I love it. I loved it. I'll be back. I'll be with you for that second showing. But yeah, we all copped our tickets. Very excited. The popcorn buckets, everything looks amazing. They did a great job.
8,000 popcorn buckets. The fuck.
Right. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So
I might get
expensive.
that Herbie.
So expensive.
I might get that Herbie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Herbie
I might
one
get it.
cool. Yeah,
Did you see the
Herbie one was
Fantastic
awesome.
car?
that one looks
I
cool
did.
too.
I
Yeah.
did, but that's not an AMC, so I can't.
Oh, listen. I will go to a theater just to get a popcorn bucket. I did it for
I don't
Batman. I did it for Batman.
I
went to one
actually
particular
didn't even
theater
buy
just for the
anything
damn
Batman.
popcorn
That's
bucket.
crazy.
I went in there. I was like, I just want the popcorn bucket. He said, "Oh, you getting? No, I just want a bucket. You want a popcorn?"
Yeah,
I said,
give
"Get
me
a popcorn.
the
Get a popcorn to somebody. I don't know.
Yeah.
let me go.
Next person in line can have my popcorn.
Yeah, get a popcorn.
Yeah, put it in the regular bucket. You can have that.
Yeah.
Can I say though, Trayvon? I hate when they act stupid like that. Like, you sell buckets. It should not be strange to you that I just want to buy the bucket. Look at the bucket. Does that not look like? a
I'm
collectible?
going to take this to my car right now. I'm not about to take this
Yeah.
in there. Like with me. Like, come on
Yeah.
now.
You know what I would have done? I would have said, you know what? If you want to make such a big deal, sir, fine. Put the popcorn in. I would have went right to that trash can, dumped all that shit in the trash, looked at him, middle finger, and then walked out. That's exactly what I would. Don't
I gotta know
question me,
people-
bitch. Sell
What people
them.
gonna do with the Galactus ones though? They're 17 inches tall. Like that's gonna block people viewing.
I'm gonna tell you right now what I'm gonna do with that.
I gotta tell
Hasbro
somebody
at some
move
point
that shit.
is gonna sell a Galactus figure that's about the same size for like $500. I'll just use my popcorn bucket. So when I get the rest of my Fantastic Four
Just
figures,
ahead.
they'll be right next to the bucket. I'm not spending no $400 or $500 on no goddamn Galactus. I'll let my bucket do that. So I will definitely be looking into that. I don't know. It'll come down between that or Herbie, but right now it's Herbie. Herbie is what's coming.
I need most of it.
Yeah, Herbie is where I'm just like, okay.
The Herbie
I-
apparently can hold a drink and popcorn and everything.
That's why I'm like, oh,
Man, that's really cool. I was like, wait a minute. I can't wait to see that
So
person.
Herbie might be coming home with me. Not even gonna lie to you. Herbie might be coming home.
How
With
much
That's
is
gonna be. I have no idea. I have no idea how many any of these are. The Herbie one sounds like it's about to be 80. That's what it sounds like. The wait for
I
it
tell
to
you
say
right now,
for it to do
just
all
the
that.
Star Wars cup, Joel, that you saw me buy when we went to the
Bro.
theater that day. That
I
Star
don't
Wars
know.
cup was $20. So I believe that Herbie might be like a
fully
phone
loaded?
payment. That might be a phone payment. Right
That
there.
Fast X Star was high as hell, from what I remember. So I don't know. Who knows how much
Yeah.
a Fantastic car is?
Maybe pricey. Maybe
So,
pricey.
It's a fantastic car.
You know. All right. So I wanted to talk about this too because I thought this was very interesting to discuss. So apparently, Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders have symbolically voted against CEO David Zaslav's $52 million pay package. Nearly 60% of the
why he's still there?
group believes he is overpaid. So to answer your question, Trayvon, I believe he's still there because I believe they are giving him his last rites. I believe if any of these next big movies under his belt, if any of them flop, let alone all of them flop, he gone. He gone.
The fact that they're
He
going back
gone.
to HBO Max just makes him look crazy.
That's what it said. A lot of people were just like, bro, what are we doing? Like,
Such a waste of time. Like, why
Bro,
would you
you
take that
know it's
branding away
bad.
from it anyway? Like,
you know it's bad when John Cena goes, what is it? Fine, let's do it again. It's like, why? Like, I just did
They've
the
never
promo
done it in the
for
first
this
place.
already for Max. Like, sorry, John. You gotta do it over again, man. Look, I've not liked a lot of the decisions he's made. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a sucker for if that one good decision is a really good decision. I can omit the other fuck shit. bringing in James Gunn and Peter, that's really good. That's enough for me. Like, I told you guys with Kathleen Kennedy, when she brought back Clone Wars for us to get a proper ending, that bought her a lot of stock with me. A lot. I ignored a lot of shit. Sure did. I appreciated that. That was a very classy move. So bringing in James, I appreciated that. So part of me was just like, I can forgive Batgirl. I can forgive it. I can, for now. I can. So the next fuck up comes, and then I'll remember it again. You know, so I can see the writing on the wall, and the writing on the wall is, you got one more fuck up, dog. Just one. And you out of here. So that's interesting. Trayvon, does this shock you that his shareholders are kind of like, we don't really fuck with this guy, but we'll see.
No, because now they gotta repay for all the goddamn marketing and change this shit back to HBO Max and all this other, like it just come on, man. You did all this and add your Discovery shit in here, took away the HBO branding for what? Why we even did that? That was so stupid. That was the main thing we were recognized for. HBO Max. Like HBO. Like, why would you take that away? Home box office. Really? Like, come on, man. I don't know. It was just a stupid move, and I don't know, the cuts and everything. I don't know, the Batgirl thing. It's just weird. I was like, James. Yeah, the one thing he did well, yes, the James Gunn and the Peter Safran, bringing them two in. Yes, that so far that seems like a great choice. So yeah,
it's just beginning.
So far,
your hate just always finds a way to just be radiated, Trayvon.
To be fair, anything was better than where we were. That's just, it was a dark place for a long time.
Very dark place. Very dark place.
That was a bad year. I mean, coming into this, what was the year? It's been over a year now, right? Mm-hmm. So, oh my God, that 4 movies in a row, it felt like hell. It was like,
and no one will ever understand Joel because
poor Blue Beetle being in the middle of that.
I know that sucked.
No one will ever understand because obviously they're not there when we're having these conversations. But I remember that train ride from after seeing Black Adam and us going, all right, this was awesome. Where can they go from here? He can maybe create his own group. We could maybe connect it to Shazam. We were putting so many pieces together. We were going, okay, Henry's back. Then we were hearing some foo-foo shit of no Superman, no Batman. And then we were like, okay, Batman is back, but it's Michael Keaton. And we were like, okay, this is how that universe could look and could work. And then they were just like, hey, guys, everyone come here. Come into the huddle. Yeah,
it's all dead. All dead.
Yeah, it's gone. We're not doing anything. We're done. We're out.
All dead. Like, okay. Good luck to y'all.
It's like, okay, I'm angry. And then they're like, here's the Batman. And I'm like, okay, we can maybe build from this universe. And then they're like, here's James. And James is not building from that universe. And it was just like, I don't know what's happening here. It's been a lot of turmoil. I'm starting to rage. And then James is like, I got it, guys. And it's like, okay, all right, I'm in.
Yep, he got it. He said he announced all that stuff, and then he delayed some.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's why. That's why I don't tell you shit, though. See, Trayvon, and you bitch, you don't say shit. He tells you something, shit don't work out the way he wants it. That's
I honestly feel like it might be more of your fault, Joel, because y'all did that video about the Authority and I watched it and got excited.
That's not my fault. I'm giving you information on the shit.
It was your fault.
I don't know how many times I keep telling Joel, stop giving Trayvon information. Joel loves to give information, but Trayvon is the wrong person to give too much.
I read that whole first volume recently. I did my homework. I did, and I'm planning on reading all of them at some point. Like I did the Authority, I did the Batman ones recently, Batman and Son. Which I finally got read the comic book version of the animated one. People probably know the animated one a lot. And then the Batman around one with Dick is named Batman for a little bit. I read that one. All in preparation for the stuff that's eventually coming down the line. Like I expect it to come eventually down. I'm not rushing for it to get here. It's like right now it might be on hold of them. It's gonna be on hold forever. You know what I mean? And look, I just want this universe to build. You gotta remember, like a couple months ago, over a year ago now, we were like what Juwan was saying. We were talking ourselves into a no Batman, no Superman universe. It was like an old Batman, no Superman universe. That's what it was. Okay, Keaton was gonna come back at 80 years old to be Batman, and I was supposed to live with that. And look, because I love Keaton, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know what I mean? It was just. I was living with it because that's what we were getting, but it was the best idea. It was something I never expected them to do, and that was to start over, just cinch it, because it's like it was a mess. It was like, what are you doing? You half-ass here, half-ass here, and it's like start over. And that's honestly the best. That was the best idea. But we're only talking about DC side. We're talking about fucking David Zaslav who canceled a lot of movies and animated shit. Like, the Looney Tunes might be gone. What the fuck are the Looney Tunes? What are you doing? You mean you can't get rid of the Looney Tunes? A lot of weird decisions.
That's why they get rid of his ass. They're like, look.
He's very
I do want to say,
apparently. But he's a Knicks fan.
I do want to say to the point you brought up, Joel, but before I do that, Trayvon, real quick, mute up and go watch that Wicked sequel trailer. They just dropped it.
Ooh,
yeah. So one thing I did want to speak to what you said, Joel. Oh no, sorry, not what you said, Joel. What Trayvon was saying about how he announced all that stuff, and then some stuff has been paused. One thing we have to give James credit for is he named about, let's say, and I might be embellishing a little bit. Let's say he named 10 projects.
I'll give you exactly what you want to know. You want me to give you the number?
Yeah, go ahead.
You want to go over which ones they were? We didn't have to count.
I know it was Batman, Brave and the Bold,
Superman. Want to go over the movies first? Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, we could do that.
Supergirl, Brave and the Bold, The Authority. I feel like I'm missing one. Swamp Thing. That was the other one.
Yeah.
Those are the 4 movies, right?
Right.
In the series, he announced, aside from Creature Commandos and Waller, he said he was working on Peacemaker Season 2 at the time. Mm-hmm. He was working on Booster Gold, Paradise Lost, Lanterns, and I feel like I'm missing one.
No, I think you got them all.
Was that all? All right, I feel like I'm missing one. But all right, yeah, those. That was everything that he announced. Mm-hmm. Right now, Supergirl is done filming. They're in post. That's the old one that's gotten off the ground so far. And obviously Peacemaker Season 2 and Superman are coming out this summer. Lanterns is obviously in the middle of filming. But that's the only thing he's told us. Like, we know that Clayface came out of nowhere, and we just got an update on what happened with that script, because we heard that it's getting rewritten, and what happens apparently is that they're just taking his script and making it amenable to the director, so they're tweaking it. That's what's happening. How much they tweak it is really that he says he obviously doesn't know, because he's not the one rewriting it. He's the one that wrote the original script. So now whoever the director, I forget the name of the director, but the director now is tweaking the script to fit what he wants to do. And it looks like we're also
getting the director of Clayface. Isn't it Flanagan?
No, he wrote it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he wrote Clayface, and now they're rewriting it for the director. They're tweaking it for the director.
So I brought that up because, to what Trayvon was saying, we're seeing a whole bunch of movement and traction. Out of the only thing that's not been talked about since he made this big announcement is Paradise Lost. That's the only thing that's gotten been no conversation about it at all.
It's been the least talked about. At least we've gotten the least information from it.
Right. I think he might just end up making that a Wonder Woman movie. Is what I think that will boil down to. And I think if the Wonder Woman movie is successful, it'll be a Max series of the history of the Mascara. Because I kind of think if you're James Gunn, we both know Superman's going to be a hit. Right? I don't want to speak for everyone. I want to speak for Trayvon. But we believe Superman's going to be a hit, right? So after that, you kind of don't want to take any steps back movie-wise. You want to go full bore, right? Superman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Batman. You want to go full bore. And I think the pressure is going to start mounting.
He also mentioned that those will be the pillars. It'll be the Trinity and Supergirl.
Exactly.
pillars
Right.
of this new universe. I mean, okay. At the start, the fact that
Right.
you're including Wonder Woman and Batman, which you should, is important.
Very important. And you're sprinkling us in some Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Forget about our man Hal.
I think it happened so early because they've held it for so long. It's been held back for so long. And we've heard that they're working on the Teen Titans and some other crazy shit. But again, nothing official. Sergeant Rock's apparently on being made too. So there's a lot of weird shit.
I just wanted to say he's more things have been up and going than ever before in the history of DC, where things are just talked about and then fizzle.
But that's the problem.
So I do give him more so the benefit of the doubt of things are moving and going.
But that's why I give him the benefit of the doubt, because in my opinion, like, he could tell us more stuff that he wants to do. And then if something happens that it might be delayed, you're gonna bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what happens sometimes. And he gave us a preview of what he wants to do, and right now certain things are just on the back burner for now. That's
right. Yeah. Look, my biggest issue with him is not decisively coming out and saying, "Hey, this is what's going on with the Batman situation." I don't like that I had to hear.
That's the only thing you're bitching about, is that he's not.
Yeah, that is the only thing. I've essentially heard more from Peter about Batman than I have James Gunn. That's a problem for me. So as that starts to fix itself, I'll obviously if something else happens, but I'll have had no issues. I'll have had no issues whatsoever with James Gunn. Bring on the authority, James. He will, Trayvon. But again, you only care about one thing in the authority, so let's not act like the show is what you're looking forward to. Let's be honest here. What's up, Jamie? Trayvon, before we move into the next conversation, go ahead. You were squealing damn near. We could hear you even muted. Go ahead and talk to us about this this Wicked sequel. I don't even know what it's called.
Wicked for Good. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And boy, let me tell you, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to see. Look, it's so good, so good. I love the first one. I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see how they work it all out. I do feel like the trailer was a little spoilery. I think they did a little too much in there. Considering the movie's like a whole goddamn year away. Like kind of like 9 months, I guess you could say. Like it's pretty far away. So I don't know. I don't know what the next trailer would be like, to be honest. I feel like this one was enough.
Well, it's a lot of time in between, so a lot of people might forget this trailer.
Okay, that's true.
You're saying it doesn't come out till December, right?
Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah. What'd you say?
Mean, I will say this.
It come out November 21st. November 21st.
I was very disappointed that for a movie that doesn't come out till the end of the year, you gave us a full 2-minute fucking trailer. For what? This is the time where you do a teaser. Like where you just have her show her heel and then singing and then that's it. Like why'd you do a whole 2 minutes when the shit don't come out till November?
Almost 3 minutes.
To be fair, it's like
I'm like you limit how much more you can show without spoiling the movie. I'm sorry, Joel. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, to me, it's like they've already saw so much of what they saw the first movie, right? I'm assuming if you're gonna watch sequels, you saw the first movie,
right?
And like, what are you hiding exactly? It's having a plot. You can still show shit without giving away what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Well, there's one shot in this trailer in particular that I was just like, I don't think you should have showed that, but okay. They just like it's certain things, like them talking, them hanging out, whatever they're doing, sure, all that. But there was just one thing they showed somebody switch sides, and I was like, maybe you shouldn't have. Maybe that's not the thing you should have showed.
Maybe that was on purpose.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, for sure. Again, we're speaking from people who have no fucking idea what this movie is about to show.
I didn't see the first one. I can't tell you.
We saw. Well, no, I didn't either. But I'm saying I felt the same way when Batman first dropped that first trailer, and James was like, "Hey, we just started filming yesterday," and it's like, "Okay, we're about to get like 50 seconds." When that shit said 2 minutes 32 seconds, I said, "Oh, you a whole lot. Ain't no way you just started filming. This a shit ton of footage you showing us." And I remember the only reason why that aged well was showing us that they did that first trailer. I couldn't have told you what the fuck I was about to see in that movie from that first trailer. it felt like a lot. But then when you sit down and watch the 3 hours of that movie, you're like, oh no, this didn't show shit. Like this didn't spoil anything. This didn't ruin anything. This was just glorious for us to get that long of a trailer in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
So Joel does make a great point, but I tend to lean to you, Trayvon, because you know the lore and you've seen the last movie. If something jumped off your screen that looked spoilery, I give you that. But to Joel's point, they don't do shit like that on accident. So maybe it's a swerve. Maybe they changed something. Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, it's like for the people that saw the play or whatever. I mean, that's probably even more different for them. They've seen the whole thing. You know how it's supposed to go all the way. I didn't see the play, so I'm just going off of the first half of the movie that I saw. I remember I watched a lot of people that reacted to it. They were like, "Oh, it's split in half." They're like, "Like what?" Some people were surprised at that.
To be continued. What the fuck?
Yeah. So
they saw the money that was made, and they said, this ain't gonna be one. It's gonna be two. It's finna be two." All right. Another thing that I saw that I thought was a great talking point because I just love the quote. George R.R. Martin says the hardest thing about Hollywood is dealing with other writers. Quote, they empower these writers to take material and make it their own. Often they do not improve it. I completely agree. It's why I believe adaptations kind of feel like adaptations shouldn't be a thing. You can take the characters, but don't take the story. Because for example, Trayvon, if you wanted to do Harry Potter, but it was not based off of any of the books, right? It was essentially new stories within the grain of whether you wanted to take up from when they were older, whatever you wanted to do. I think staying farther away from the source material is a better way to go than to softly adapt the source material. I think that's more disrespectful. I'd much rather you just avoid it than to say, hey, we're doing Red Sun, and the only thing about the movie that's Red Sun is that he speaks Russian. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else is anything like the comic or anything. It's like, well, then you did that to get us here, but you don't need to do that to get us here. You know what I'm saying? Be confident enough in what you're writing that you don't have to, use a ploy to get us here. I very much think Captain America 3 was a ploy to get us there, but you don't need a ploy to get us there. You know what I'm saying? It didn't need to be Civil War. That could have been its own thing. Could have just been a regular Captain America movie. So for me, it's just like I get where he's coming from because, how many times, Trayvon, has people said the movies were great, but they weren't better than the book?
Yeah. Well, that's most of the time.
So I think that's what George is saying. It's like, hey, if you want to take my shit and go make it your own, at least do it better than I did. Like, don't be worse. Be better. So I'm like, I really appreciate where he's coming from. Trayvon, I'll start with you. What do you feel about what he's saying? And, people kind of taking from things that already exist and sometimes not really improving them.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that's how you get this stuff off the ground in the first place. You're pitching, I'm using this source material to do it. Look, it has a built-in audience, so I'm going to use this as my title and what I'm basing my story from. But it still has to be written into, a movie or a show or whatever. It still has to be adapted. So some things are going to change regardless. I don't know. I mean, we're going to see, okay, like the Harry Potter thing is coming up. They said they're basing it like fully on the book. If they do it like 1-to-1, like just exactly what the book did, cool. It's fine, but it's not very imaginative. It's not very like whoever's doing it, not very. I can't be like, oh, they wrote the shit out of this. No, they didn't. Like they used whatever the book did. So it's like that's the difference. I don't know. I can give it to the cinematographer. I can give it to maybe the director, but I can't give it to the writers if they're using exactly straight off the book, straight off the page.
Right.
I don't know. Things get adapted. That's just how it works. You cannot expect these people to do it word for word off of this stuff. I'm really curious if they can pull it off. Doing Harry Potter's like completely straight off like that, just like The Witcher and all these other different things. You remember that's the problem. They said that's one of the things Henry Cavill had a problem with. Just how they want to change things off of what the book. How I think Witcher was based off the book, right? Not the game. So stuff like that. It's always going to be some kind of clash, and of course the writer is going to have a problem with somebody adapting his thing. So I get why he would say that. I mean, difference of opinion, depending on who's doing it.
As I pass it to you, Joel, I'll only slightly disagree with you, Traylon. I think the reason why adapting something one for one could work is that when you're reading it, sometimes people can't get immersed in a book like other people can. They can read it and enjoy it for what it is, just being a book. Mm-hmm. Sometimes people can read a book, close their eyes, and just kind of be in it, right?
Yeah.
Now, the best way to do that for some people that don't want to read is to put it on the big screen. And if it is 1v1, it is sometimes better to attract the audience that knows where it comes from, and then attract the audience that has no idea what they're looking at, but it looks cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's why Star Wars has changed so much from when George Lucas first did it. It's okay because it's not basing itself off of anything, specifically.
Yeah, right.
Even the books, George Lucas would tell you, I that's not my shit. I don't give a fuck about it. That's why it's not canon. So I think a 1v1 could be done right. Now I'm with you. It could be very boring for the writers because it's like I don't need to write anything. It's just here. I just need to, maybe trim some things or whatnot. But I could understand someone that did the source material saying, if you're gonna take my shit and change it, don't make it bad. I'm not saying don't take my shit, just don't make it bad.
This just makes me think of WandaVision on, because I remember when Liz Olsen was like promoted and everything, she was mentioning comics, she was mentioning different things that they're going to use, and that makes people think, oh, it's going to be like that, just like how you thought about Mephisto and all that stuff, like it naturally. So it makes sense why you would think that. And then also I'm thinking about Supergirl. He heavily made sure he talked about that Woman of Tomorrow comic book, and everybody's expecting it to be like that, except for of course Lobo adding in or whatever. But other than that, it's supposed to be like that. So if it's not, I wonder how people react.
But that's my point, is that people do want exactly what they've read, right? Because it's the purest form of it. And I do think there's a way to give them that, along with giving, the writers just a little bit of room to do something. You know what I'm saying? And I think giving the writers a little bit of room is how we got Lobo, right? It's like, okay, we like Joel said, it's not hard to imagine in a movie with assassins, Lobo's one of the assassins.
Now, to be fair, apparently the Lobo thing was something they were talked about back then, but they never used. So maybe somebody brought it up. They were like, hey, the Lobo thing was possible. You want to do it now? Yeah.
Right. And we got Jason freaking Momoa to sell it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. So this has been planned for a while. But I mean, the original Woman of Tomorrow story was supposed to be a Lobo Supergirl story. Yeah. This was to both of them. But they cut up the whole story completely.
Yeah. Right.
So he had a big role in it in the beginning because it was going to be about the two of them. But now it's just her and a singular focus in that one story, which seems like they're adapting that story, which is fine. Like I don't mind adaptation. Like that's how we've gotten so many good things. Because like a lot of things are outdated. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like when it comes to comic books, characters, like when you're adapting a character, maybe not so much storyline, but even some sort of storylines that just don't work today like they would then. So you just have to modernize it, bring it here now. So like everything, I always start with Iron Man. Like Iron Man, I liked Iron Man as a kid, I did, but Iron Man in the movies is something I've never seen before. And I read Iron Man, and I watched Iron Man the cartoon. That is the Iron Man in the movie is so much better. Like it's insane. Like it took technology, which I liked already, and made a
Right.
character that was all in on technology. It was like a super tech character, and like that was amazing to see. The way his suit worked, the way that it made Jarvis an AI. That was, I imagine, when it first happened, like people were like, "What the fuck? Jarvis is real." I'm like, well, not now.
Right, George is a real
Like, and they made him an AI. I mean, that was cool. I mean, like that's an adaptation. That was like that's their version. This is what we're doing, modernizing it. I don't mind stuff
But
like
see-
that. I mean, sometimes you have to do that, just why not? You guys sometimes you guys switch it up. Sometimes that's better.
See,
But to your point,
Okay.
that's where it's a little different. Is when you do Iron Man, when you do Cap 1, Thor 1, all these other properties, what makes Marvel special is Iron Man 1 is not based on any specific comic book. It's just based on the inception of Iron Man, which there's been different tellings of that from
That's what I'm
Ultimate.
saying. I'm not saying that
to
was
the other
based on the
comics,
story.
so-
That was based on just they're adapting
Right.
to modern day.
Right,
Bringing up
right.
a specific story. Some stories don't work now like they worked then. These characters are from the 60s.
Right.
70s.
I agree.
And they just don't adapt now. Sometimes you're adapting shit that was not that long ago. Like Love and Thunder was adapting three different storylines from recently.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was a hodgepodge of storylines, not just one thing. That's why it's called Love and Thunder, and not Killer of Gods.
Exactly. So I mean, but that's to why I love what George R. Martin is saying is that if you are going to take from source material, actually value the source material you're taking from. And again, I don't think any writer ever sets out to make something shitty, right? But it's like sometimes you're
Honestly.
taking too big of liberties for something that you know is already massive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes it's like it's cool to play within the sandbox, and then it's sometimes okay to come out of that said sandbox. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to play in the Harry Potter sandbox, you can play, but you can't switch the wand out for a handgun. You know what I'm saying? And then say, "Hey, I just want to create a freedom." Dog, what are we doing? No.
see,
Like,
See,
you know
as
what I'm
we're
saying?
talking about this, I just was thinking about the Power Rangers 2017 movie. You know, that is adapted technically from the show or the characters' names and all that stuff, but everything was different. Like all of it was different. The way they came together, the way all that.
They try to modernize.
I love that. I welcome that.
I also
I
welcome
love
that. I just
the
thought
alien
that,
thing.
but aside from that, it was I welcome the changes that they were trying to make. I just don't think they executed well. That's all.
There was like as I was watching it like the Zordon being like the Red Ranger and
love
Rita
that.
being the Green,
I
all
like
that stuff was like fan
Lord.
film stuff that I've seen before. People have done fan films and all that stuff, and I was like, this is so cool for them to actually do this. Like for them to Green Ranger, it makes more sense for her to have the coin. That makes sense. Why that would be a thing.
You're leaving out a lot of what we try to tell you that you sometimes omit. You keep answering your own question. You keep saying it was so cool that he was the Red Ranger. It was so cool that she was the Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Do you know what you loved most about it? Them
What?
not fucking being Power Rangers. Them being power people. That's the movie you went to go see.
This
We
is the
was trying to
problem.
see Rangers.
This
You
is
went
the
to go
problem.
see power people.
I have
We wanted
seen
suits.
30 seasons of Power Rangers.
I like it too.
And a lot of those seasons, they have civilian powers. That's why I did not have
100%,
problems with
which
when
is
they
fine.
did that.
Okay, so you know what you should have did then, Trayvon? You know what you should have did? You should have done what The Flash did. You should have given us an hour and 30 minutes of them in suits, and then something happens to where they can't morph, to where they have to adjust without it, and then the movie ends with them morphing again and saving the day. You don't give us an hour and 30 minutes of just looking at human beings running around. It's called Power Rangers, and I'm still
Superpowered
waiting for
human
power.
beings.
Where's the power?
They were powered. They were superpowered human beings.
Yeah,
That was
I don't-
cool.
no. Then I
And
tell
they
you
had
what,
to
next
earn
movie
their
they come
suits.
out
They
with-
earned their suits.
They
No
were
problem. Tell you
mighty
what, next time they come out
teenagers
with
with
a movie,
attitude.
just do me the favor of calling it Power People. Call it Power People. And then they don't have to morph. They could just be humans that do super strong shit. But if you telling me, Trayvon, if I told you right now it's Iron Man, and all the movie is Stark wearing just the hand thing, blasting people, is that cool? If that's all the movie was.
It's
for
only
the
on his
last 10
hand.
minutes of the movie.
They were super
Huh?
strong. What do you mean? They were super strong. They could super jump and all this other stuff. What do you mean?
Which was fine. I didn't care. My problem was the giant boulder people. I was like, why not the?
Oh. Well, that was an adaptation
That wasn't
of
that shit.
putties,
They're
and of
putties.
Goldar,
They
and
were
of Goldar.
To me, they were boldies. Just-
Yeah.
not putties.
Look. All I know is when we get this next one and they fucking morph, y'all better fucking support it. That's all I know.
I
We
was supporting the
supported
last one.
Shit.
We were big supporters though. Well,
I went and saw that goddamn movie so many fucking times. Bought that goddamn Blu-ray like four or five times. Look, this next one, I need people to show the fuck out.
You know what it was? Because Joel can speak to this. You know what it was, Trayvon?
Shit.
It was when I left the first one. You can ask Joel. I raved about that movie. The reason why I speak on it the way that I speak on it now is when I left the theater, it was with the idea that they were going to follow it up, where they probably would have been Rangers all the time. But the fact that we never got a sequel and that was all I got, I look back on it harshly. Like, we waited so long to see y'all morph. Like, that wasn't cool, man.
My problem wasn't even that. Even though, yeah, that sucked. But like, my biggest issue was the designs. The aesthetic wasn't good. Like, I want to see. I didn't
They
like.
were aliens. It was aliens.
That doesn't mean they have to be ugly, Trayvon.
It wasn't ugly to me. I thought it looked cool.
The Zords are ugly. The
What is
Putties
Zords?
were ugly.
Zords were different.
Goldar was fucking ugly. It was like
I
Rita
thought
was
you talking about their
apart.
suits. I thought you talking about their suits.
Yeah, their suits aren't up there pretty either. With the purple and the no. That was like why like the whole thing about they're supposed to be dinosaurs, right? Taking like inspiration from the dinosaurs that were on Earth.
Mhm.
What the fuck were those Zords? Like what was that? That's my problem. It was a lot of it was aesthetic. It wasn't aesthetically pleasing at all. Which was like the actors were good. The characters were good. The story was actually good. Like most of the movie I enjoyed. It was the Power Ranger part I didn't like, which that's the name of the movie. That was my issue.
There.
DJ V, I'm gonna block you. Don't
What do you say?
don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, what do you mean? You didn't even see it. You ain't here to talk about power teams. Get off of here. Like, stay out of this conversation. Now you ain't seen it.
We know they're working on something, which is nice. You know, we really literally just heard about it recently. So I'm excited.
We'll see though, because we heard that we're supposed to be getting G.I. Joe Transformers. I ain't heard shit about that in the last 3 years. So we'll see.
I don't understand these studios because that was a great movie, and then nothing. I don't get it
I
sometimes.
don't get it either.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I like the comic book that they've been doing recently. I like that. I like what they're doing.
Comic book is amazing.
Fucking dope. And they added the VR Troopers. But what the fuck is happening? This is crazy.
Yep. James Gunn someone asked him, is the movie runtime correct? And James responded to them saying, yes, inclusive of credits / post credits, the runtime is 2 hours and 9 minutes. So I don't know if the S was a typo. I don't know if the S at the end of credits was a typo, or is James telling us we have 2 post credit scenes?
Well, you know, we gotta sit there. We're gonna sit there.
Well, we don't have to. By the time we get there, we'll already know if we have to.
Yeah, we'll 100% know already.
And we'll check if not.
Sometimes if someone's writing fast, like your autocorrect might say credit, and you're like, yeah. But you might be thinking to yourself,
it's possible.
No, just one. It's just one. I'm sorry, I fucked up.
Well, it's possible. It could have been misquoted. I mean, he said credit, maybe meant credits, or credits and meant credit. Who knows?
Well, Joel, let me be clear. This isn't a audio of James. This was James responding to someone.
Yeah, I mean, he could have, wrote it.
Right.
Again, you're just putting an S, just writing. I said credits, but it's really just one.
Right.
Who knows? We're definitely getting 1 or 2. I'll be happy with that.
We're getting in between that.
We're not getting 0, so just stay.
Right. We're not getting 0. We're not getting 3.
And if it's not there right after the movie's done, or right like a couple minutes, not even a couple seconds after the movie, the credits start to roll, then sit through the end.
Yeah, we'll know.
Correct.
We'll know for sure. I did want to give a shout out to Ryan Coogler for not wanting to do a Sinner sequel. I very much appreciate him doing that.
I don't need another one. I mean, I would love to see more of his original ideas. But
you know what I would like to see him do, Joel? I'd like to see him cover another monster. I'd love that.
Sure. Yeah,
You know,
I'm down.
remember
He has another horror idea. I'm down.
Yeah, we had a quote not too long ago where people were
He's doing
theorizing
X-Files.
that there could be more monsters
So excited.
than just vampires in that movie. And it ended up
Oh.
just being vampires. So I'm like, I'd be cool if he did werewolves or
Damn.
something else next. I'd be dope. But yes, X-Files is the next thing he's working on. So
Very excited for that.
it's interesting. Had no idea he was even talking about that. Well, you know, the movie was too big of a success to not have someone ask him about that. At some
And there were people talking like they're like it was a done deal, like it's gonna like there was a sequel coming, they're gonna work on. I'm like,
That was more so, I think, Joel, from the fact that it was too much of. Like, think about it. Joker was such a huge success. You had to make
That's
this.
fair.
You couldn't have ended it there. Like you had to try something, right? So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We know money tends to change all, so we'll see. Oh, this is something Trayvon will love. Evangeline Lilly, when asked if she will return as the Wasp in upcoming Avengers films, just put a winky face.
Oh, I mean that's very vague, but
Why would I like that?
I knew you didn't care, so that's why I lied. Said you was like,
well,
Because I could have sworn she did something stupid lately that I didn't like.
no, she just said she was retiring from acting. That was
that was the thing.
No,
That
she did something else.
that
She
was
did something else.
Yeah, but I
I'm
mean,
looking up.
I'm not really worried about that. I understand she's probably she says stupid shit all the time. So like, I just remember her saying that they're gonna retire. So I'm like, if she's retiring and she's coming back, maybe just for Marvel, they got that paycheck. That retirement check looked good, but you had the Marvel check, right?
I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I think that phone call was, Joel? I think the phone call was Kevin going, "Hey, you retired?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, cool." She's like, "Whoa, hold on, wait. You want me back?" And he's like, "I don't really give a fuck. Like, I can." He has a daughter I can use. So it's up to you. Do you
I'll write you out with the quickness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to not come back, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, not a problem. It's like, to be fair, I only showed Paul's chair, so like, you can not come back. So, you know,
I'll make it work.
you know,
Trust
my
me.
back. You know, I think that's what the conversation was. Her agent was on the other line, like, "Bitch, you're unretired. We got bills, bitch.
For the right amount of money, I am.
You out here hiking and shit. I'm out here working my ass off. Get out of here, do these 2 Avengers movies, so we can both retire. All right? Look, you retired. All right. I think we talked about this last week. What's his name playing Johnny in Fantastic Four? The actor
Quinn?
name.
Joseph Quinn.
Joseph
Quinn.
Trayvon has that like burned into his brain. Joseph Quinn did leak out some information that apparently we will be seeing Mole Man in the Fantastic Four movie.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know who that is.
That is,
It's okay, you don't have to, because I can almost guarantee you he'll be in that movie for like 5 seconds.
he was rumored to be in the movie too.
Right.
So, I mean, there are people I don't know who are in the movie. I don't know what they're doing. So, it could be one of them.
We'll recast her again. It's hilarious.
They did though. Yeah.
They did,
Wow.
well, they only did that for someone that they thought was just, more popping than the last one.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta
That's
go.
exactly what they did.
You gotta go. You're not as hot as
And we need a bigger star for that.
Yeah. We need someone people can look at and go, "I know who that is." So it's not gonna be you.
Somehow, yeah. Your role increased. We didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It makes you think of Underminer because that's exactly where they got Underminer from. This moment.
Yeah. That whole movie is just ripping off Fantastic
Oh
Four.
my God, Joel! Trayvon literally just said there's someone out there that's gonna make The Incredibles. Is what?
Right, there you go.
It's Jamie.
Jamie's gonna watch the movie and go, they ripped off The Incredibles. Oh my God. There you go. You found your person, Trayvon. It's Jamie.
Oh man, the moment Jamie sees Franklin, she's gonna go, "That's a fucking Jack ripoff." I don't know what that shit is. Like, oh boy.
So you're absolutely right. We found
Look,
the first victim.
I'm gonna have Jack. I'm gonna have Wyatt in my head. We're gonna see what's going on.
And we'll debate on whether or not
I would
we'll
avoid
do that
having any
do
thoughts.
together. We might need you to take a week to calm down before we do that.
I'm gonna need you to have open mind. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
I don't want to come on here and hear you bitching that he didn't do shit. I'm like,
No, I've realized I need to stop speaking my mind. So, yeah.
you can. We know what you're thinking. That's not gonna mean nothing.
You didn't even have to say it.
I'm talking. I'm bitching right now about something you're gonna say in a couple weeks. You understand? You don't have to say nothing.
We will know what you're thinking, Trayvon.
I don't need it. Very predictable. I know exactly what you're gonna say. I'm like, I told you not to think that.
Tried to help you, buddy. All right, so let's get to Tadum. Tadum was last weekend.
And it was dumb.
So dramatic. That is true. That is very true.
So,
And that's coming from me, who's extremely dramatic, but didn't take it a notch higher, Trayvon. That's for sure. All right, so Tadum was last weekend. I thought that was very much just a waste of time for so many reasons. But we did
start off with a waste of time.
We did get the first 6 minutes of Wednesday. We got a Lady Gaga reveal. It was rumored for forever that she was in season 2. This was the confirmation. She not only confirmed it, she performed, is what I'll say. And then we got what I guess is like a blinking you missed it trailer for Stranger Things, the broken up final season.
Of what?
Stranger Things.
Oh yeah. Because it was like
we didn't get to hear from what is it? Dead Man Tell No Tale. No, that's fucking Pirates of the Caribbean. What was?
What?
It's something Dead Men with Daniel Craig with the LeBlanc.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Man. Okay, there you go.
That was cool.
I'm like Dead Man Tell No Tales. I'm like, nah, I think that's the wrong IP.
It's a big cast.
I thought they beat that one joke into the ground.
I think that was the point, but it was funny.
I was done by the third person that did it. I was just like, all right.
Yeah, that was the point.
But we did get another Blink and You Miss It trailer for that. There's just a lot of Blink.
That had more stuff than fucking Stranger Things did.
That's for sure.
Because Stranger Things just full put a lot of stuff that already showed you, and then the last 2-3 seconds is like, oh, new footage.
You're like, okay, all right, I guess that's it. We did get news that we're getting, for reasons I guess I just will never understand, another Enola Holmes movie. Because that's what Bobby Brown is filming. Enola.
They told us that? Told us that?
No, she said I'm not there because I'm filming Enola Holmes.
Another one.
I didn't know what Didge was talking about when he mentioned Wake Up Dead Man. Goodness gracious, Jamie. This is an insightful podcast for you, Jamie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this is why you join the show, for information.
All right, Jamie. Jamie is gamer mode all the time, nonstop.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go around. Everyone, just give your biggest thing to come out of Tadum. For me, it was nothing because I learned nothing more than we already knew. Even the One Piece thing, we already knew that was gonna be a character. That
I knew exactly what was like, but that did not mean I didn't love what I saw.
Oh no! By all means, this is not me trying to rain on anyone's parade.
You sound like you're raining on my parade. I don't appreciate it.
I was hoping to see things I didn't already know, like a trailer.
I mean, that would have been great, but I got to see Chop. See, for me, that stole the show for me. I didn't really give a fuck about anything else. Everything else, again, they didn't show us much anyway, so it was not much to chew on. The movies that they showed us, like maybe 2 movies where it looked interesting. I love Chopper. It's kind of what I imagined Chopper would look like and what they would do. They used to take CGI, obviously, for Chopper, and I can't wait to see what his other forms look like. But this is a good start. He looks great. I was hoping for a trailer. They gave us no trailer. All they did was tell us it'll be in 2026, which means it's not even this year. So sometime next year. Like, fuck, man. I thought it was listed at the end of this year. But yeah, at least I got Chopper, and he looks fantastic. So that was my favorite thing from the whole thing. Unfortunately, I mean, I got to see. There are other things I like, but again, like you were just saying, they didn't give as much.
Yep. We didn't even get anything on Avatar. I would have liked at least
Yeah.
the cast to
Zero shit from Avatar.
saying, like, hey, filming is going great, or just something.
Anything. Yeah, nothing.
I would have loved the first official photo of Toph. I would have been cool with that. We got nothing.
Yeah, her in costume would have been cool.
Yeah, we got nothing. I think his eyes are a little off, but I like it. Jamie, come on now. His eyes are a little off, Jamie.
Did you know he's not real, right?
Come on. The eyes are a little off. The purist in you, Jamie. The purist.
Yeah, it's not big black, like whatever they're called.
Pupils?
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
People, and then there's the. I can't remember. I don't know the eye that well.
It's okay, Joel. It's okay. We get it.
There's a name. I just can't remember where it is.
Iris?
Scary.
Iris, is that the irises? The color of the eye?
Oh, I guess.
Whatever.
I don't know. I don't know.
But they're all black usually. But this, it looks fine. It looks cute.
What was I going to say? Trayvon, what was the one big thing that stood out to you from Doom?
I mean, I like the little, and that's where you're wrong. I thought that was cute. I was like, okay, all right. They kept doing that. I was like, okay, I like all these people. All right, cool. I'm excited to see the movie in general. But with the One Piece thing, I don't never heard of goddamn Chopper. I'll tell this.
Shocking.
So I was like, what is? I thought they were gonna announce how Zolo would walk out there and be announced as Ace. You remember that rumor that time he like teased that he was gonna be Ace or something from One Piece?
Oh, it means yes.
Yeah, he was teasing at that time. That's what I thought they would get ready to bring out.
It might
I was getting hyped. I was like, come on. And I was like, what the hell is this?
It might be too soon for that. That might be something they say for the actual show.
Yeah, that's what I thought they would get ready to do. That's why I was disappointed.
Well, to me, I mean, they kept teasing season 3 without officially saying if there's a season 3, so I'm very happy about that. Sounds like that's going to happen.
Yeah, so I mean, that was my thing. I don't know. I just thought
Chopper was a big thing because it's not the only character that will be introduced in this season, but it's the first new pirate.
I don't know either one of these characters. I know Zolo.
Okay.
And I know none of this character. I have not watched this cartoon. Nothing.
To understand that
if
characters are not from a witching world, Trayvon does not know them. He knows the fine actors that are playing them. That is where the interest comes from. All right.
I just want Zolo to succeed. Okay, Blue Beetle was in a terrible place. That was really bad. Oh God damn it!
I'm just trying to help everyone understand that you sometimes don't care about the character or the IP. You care about the actor.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't make them pick again, DJV. Thank you. One thing I was a little upset about because it got lost in the shuffle of the weekend, and I put that more so on the marketing department. We got our first trailer for Gen V Season 2, but it kind of got lost in the shuffle of everything.
That wasn't at to them, right?
No.
It wasn't at to them. It was after.
It was during to them.
That's what
I'm saying. It was during to them. Yeah. It got lost in everything.
Oh, wait a minute. No, that's a prom show.
Right. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
No. So yeah, Gen V Season 2 did release a trailer. The cat is out of the bag. The character for what's his name that passed in real life?
Chance Perdomo.
Yes. They killed his character off in the show. They made sure that was in the trailer. I was shocked. I thought that was going to be something that they kind of slow walked us into.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
My point exactly. Did I not say that, Joel? That it got lost in the shuffle of the weekend? That's my exact point. Go ahead and watch the trailer. Go and mute yourself.
Doing it right now.
Trailer, yeah. What was DJ we say? Gen V, I'm ready for it. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had to rewatch it like Monday because the weekend was just a lot of emotions for me, and Tadum was just fucking boring. I didn't really get a chance to enjoy the trailer the way that I wanted to. It's a great trailer. I'm very excited for it. Everything just looks like it's a step up. It looks crazier, looks sexier, looks funnier, looks deadlier. I'm very excited for where they go with it and how it blends into The Boys and then how The Boys finally ends. I'm very excited for it. I do hope that they fast track the next season of Chin V because this felt like a long ass wait to get to season 2. Obviously, we know what halted a lot of it, but you know, I don't know how I felt about them going the route of him being dead. Um, but I am excited for it, and it was a really good trailer. Joel, what were your thoughts on the our first official trailer for Gen V season 2?
I did watch that trailer. I don't remember most of it, but I do.
My point.
I do. But I did enjoy it. I remember watching it and enjoying what I saw. But not exactly remember everything I saw. I think I remember the shrinking lady being used as a ping pong ball for beer pong. that was interesting. But aside from that, I mean, I liked everything I saw. I loved the first season, and that's what happened was absolutely terrible. So that really sucked a lot of the momentum out of that show. So I do look forward to seeing how they adapt that. Like what do they do? I kind of see where they're going with it, but I do want to see how the show explains that, what other characters they introduce, and all that extra shit. Because I do like the show a lot. I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's very bittersweet, but again, it looks like a lot of fun. But you know,
It sucked.
yeah, that's what I would expect from this. Is for it to look.
Sorry.
I'm gonna be very interested to see how they handle the emotion of it, but I'm looking forward to it. Go ahead, Trayvon. What's up?
Where did you say they did something with Chance's character?
No, his dad says, "What did you do to my son?" And then they said something about he was dead.
You can tell that he's passed
Right.
in this trailer. There's a moment when his father is speaking to somebody angrily. I don't know how you missed that.
Yeah, he asked the question of what happened to my son.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing. What happened to my son?
He looks distraught as he's
Right.
saying.
Yeah, it looks like he's spiraling. So that's why, you can kind of connect those dots.
Watching the right trailer. That's a season 1 trailer. This is crazy.
Here, Gen Z. Like, there's a difference. Which one are you watching?
Yeah.
I like it a lot, but it's heavy as hell. In this economy, I don't know, man. Oh, I'm not ready for Gen V. Okay, all right. Now putting those two comments together, I think.
Yeah.
Look, the show, the IP is heavy. So.
It is. I mean, it's coming from the boys. If you can't take the boys, you're probably not gonna be able to take Gen V.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Kids are way worse than adult kids.
Way worse. Trayvon, are you rewatching it again to hear it?
Huh?
Are you rewatching the trailer again?
Yes, because I don't know. I'm trying to see what they said something about him.
They don't say his name.
They don't say Chase is dead. The father says, "What did you? What?
I don't even know.
Do to my son? What happened to my son?" And then you see him spiraling out. One could connect the dots. I mean, because we know they didn't recast him, so unless that was a lie,
no,
you're not gonna say he just disappeared, never to return again.
Yeah, they gotta explain that at some point.
Yeah,
that's obviously they're alluding to something.
I wonder if this him blowing up right here.
I mean, that wouldn't go that far.
No, I don't think you can see him blowing up because didn't he die by something like that?
He died by a car motorcycle accident.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see him exploding or anything. I think his death will be off screen.
Definitely.
Like T'Challa's, even though T'Challa's hit way more. They're like he was sick, and I'm like, didn't he die in real life from being sick? Like that's the one time when you can blow a motherfucker up, and I can say, okay, that was okay. Like, don't do sickness on top of the real sickness.
You can't fight sickness, man. That was the poetic justice of that.
Interesting.
That would have been like if they said Paul Walker's character died by a car. It's like, bro, that's.
But they never killed him off. He's still alive.
Sure didn't.
That hits too close.
Even though he looked like a spirit in that last scene.
That's CGI.
That was crazy.
It was his brother.
It was, but
some of it was. The other one.
Yeah, but his body was.
That's right. His body was. Trayvon, what'd you think of the trailer? Besides the fact that you apparently are, you omit things apparently.
This trailer is interesting. I can't wait to see how they explain it all and her re-enrolling and them doing what they did to them. Like
Yeah.
I
Crazy as fuck.
I don't know. I don't know. If I was her, I probably would have blew his ass up as soon as I saw him. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I couldn't do this. That's all I know. If I had these powers and you did this to me,
That's
and then
me. Thank God every day.
you take the collar off of me, all y'all blowing up. I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm popping everybody's head. I don't know. I'm sorry. She got more straight than me. That's all I know. There ain't no way. There ain't no way.
There's something deeply wrong with you.
Mm-mm.
Last two things before we get out of here. Max Chapman confirms that Doctor Doom will not appear in Fantastic Four First Steps. Cool, I guess. Sure. That I tell you what, that Doomsday movie is gonna be 85% of explanation before you even get to what the fuck I'm actually looking at. Because I gotta know where the fuck the Doom comes from, where the fuck Thor come from. Like where the fuck these people in a different universe, where they come from, like where's everything?
He said it not in the movie. He didn't say it not in the post-credit scene.
No, to me, I take that as not in the movie. I take that as not in the movie. Because to me, I feel like if someone asks you, is Doctor Doom in your movie, you could just play coy of saying, you gotta watch and see. Who knows? As opposed
he could just say he didn't lie because he didn't direct the post-credit scene. He just said that.
I'm about to say Thunderbolts, because I could technically say, I don't know. That wasn't in my movie.
Yeah, they didn't direct the post-credit scene.
No one asked them about we didn't know what that post-credit scene would have been.
Exactly. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, he could do that.
There was no need to lie about it. If you're the director for Thunderbolts,
no one asked. Exactly. There's no need to lie about it.
Yeah, right. No one knew what they were
about. That's why he could also be vague about. We don't know what the post-credit scene is.
Look, they could still not even shot the damn thing yet. They could still the post-credit scene for Doctor Doom. They still could.
Well, that's fair too.
They do that a lot, so like
that's also fair.
They got 2 goddamn months to shoot.
That can change.
Like all they gotta do is have him be in a suit to turn around, and that's it. Like
for me, if the whole point of this movie is supposed to say that it's just the Fantastic Four, there is no Victor Von Doom, no Avengers, no none of that. That's fine. I'm just saying, in Doomsday, you got to explain where does Doom come from, and then I would like an explanation of if you're bringing together all these heroes. Some of them motherfuckers weren't on Earth, so where'd they come from? How did they know to come back? You know what I'm saying? Those are the questions I'm gonna have. So again, Doomsday just has to explain the shit. No problem. I look forward to them doing it next December. All right. Last thing we will end on is we had some stuff from State of Play. You guys want to just brush over some of the things that stood out to you?
I ain't got much.
I got 2 things specifically. But Trayvon, if you'd like to start.
You know what? I'm not gonna be negative. Nope, I have nothing.
What?
I have nothing.
What?
I'm neutral. No good or bad.
You're so negative. Here we go. I guess I'll do my part of it. I was looking for other stuff to see if we got everything, but looks like we got most of it at least. Other things that can wait. It's no big deal. All right, so let me jump back. Anyway, the 2 things that stood out to me was the new James Bond game. That looks fucking great. I loved everything I saw from that. I hope to see more actual gameplay, which they said they'll have it. It looks like it's going to be at Summer Game Fest. So, when is that, Trayvon?
What?
Summer Game Fest.
Next week? No, wait. No, this week. The 6th, right? Hold on.
6th will be Friday.
Yeah, I think it's... yeah, Friday. Yep.
Woo! I'm excited. Yep. So I'm saying home Friday. All right, so that looks great. I hope to see. I can't wait to see the gameplay because I did like the trailer, and we got the younger Bond. I swear he looks familiar. Maybe I'm just crazy. Because there are some familiar faces in that trailer. At least one of the characters.
I saw somebody compare it to Tom Holland mixed with Chris Pine. This is what the character look like.
I swear he looks like someone, but yeah, that's not a bad one. Every time I see his face, I see someone else's face, and I can't peg it. It's crazy. But I loved everything I saw. But the thing that really stood out to me, and I think the only thing I think that I saw Trayvon actually get excited about
for 2 seconds.
Why was it for 2 seconds? That shit was longer than 2 seconds. It was the fact that Arc System Works and Marvel Games are working together to create a game called Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. My God, does that game look fucking cool? It looks very reminiscent of Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yes, it does.
Which when I saw this, I'm like expecting Capcom characters to pop out. That's how I was looking for a while there. Well, I was like, all right, so it's not Capcom, it's Arc. I'm like, oh, Arc is the Guilty Gear people. I believe that's it. Arc is amazing, by the way. I love that company. I forgot who I wanted them to do a game for because I love their art for Guilty Gear. But this looks fantastic. You got fucking Doctor Doom. You got Ghost Rider. You got Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider in this. You got Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Ms. Marvel, Storm. And that's just to name a few. Hopefully, Star-Lord, which I saw showed up. I was like, this all looks great. And it's a 4v4 tag fighter, very similar. Well, more 2v2. And I think Capcom 2.
They said 4. They said 4 though.
It said 4, but I'm saying like Marvel vs. Capcom is normally like 2v2. I know part 2 was 3v3. But this apparently you can just focus on using your main player and have the other 3 as assists, or you can swap out and move around if at will. I'm like, I love everything I just heard. I want to know more. I can't wait to see what other characters. It's very anime inspired, so they speak Japanese. I loved everything I saw. I cannot wait to see and know more. It's coming out sometime next year. Oh man, that really. Again, I'm a sucker for superhero shit. So, that's the main thing that took me by Arc System. Yeah, Arc System Works is the best, Jimmy. It's fucking best. Yes, they did DBZ Fighters. I wanted them to do a One Piece fighting game. That's what I wanted. Oh, that would be cool. I wanted that. But anyway, this looks great. There was a lot of the other stuff. Like I can't wait for Ghost of Yotei, but they barely fucking showed Ghost of Yotei during that show. During that thing. There was a game called what the fuck was it called? It's a Capcom game. Pragmata, was it? With the little girl, the robot. You know what I'm talking about? It's the first one.
When she was on his back.
Yeah,
that was at the very beginning, right? That was the first game, right?
That was in the very beginning. That looks pretty cool, actually. I think that's called Pragmata. That looked kind of dope. So I will give. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's Pragmata. I saw the trailer when the trailer first started. I'm like, this looks interesting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of intrigued. I don't know. I want to see more before I'm sold. But I am intrigued by Pragmata. That looks pretty cool. There's a third Neo game. I never played the other Neos. Like I kind of stayed away from the Neo games. So I'm like, I felt like they were doing too much samurai shit or whatever the hell it was. Ninja Samurai combo. Now you can go back and forth between Ninja and Samurai. That's some weird shit going on in that game. Though the trailer did look cool, I will say. The Neo games always look cool, so I'll give them that.
The Deadman game looked interesting.
Oh, that looks weird. Yeah, but what's it called? Something Deadman.
Romeo is a dead man.
Yeah, Romeo is dead man. Or is a dead man. It's fucking weird. Weird game. It's an action game though, so it's definitely up my alley, but it's definitely not. I don't know. The premise looks. It just looks. I don't know. It seems too weird for me, but I mean, I can imagine people getting behind it. But that definitely kind of set up. They're bringing back Final Fantasy Tactics. I love Final Fantasy Tactics. Now, I was hoping more of a real update. But this is just basically bringing the extended version or whatever, enhanced version. They just bring it to the PS5, PS4, which is fine. But that's not what I was looking for. Anything else stand out to you? There was a Digimon game. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
I did see that. I need to try one day. I've never. Every time I look at it, I'm like, I don't know if I would like this.
I don't know.
And then I never try it.
It didn't really. It's weird. I won't lie. I don't really understand what was going. I really don't know how that game is played. I mean, I want to be intrigued, but I don't know. It wasn't enough.
Some are in PS Plus. Like they added some of the Digimon games in there. So I was like, I'll try it that way.
Yeah.
I've never. Yeah.
I don't know.
Much as I love Digimon, I just I love watching the show, but I've never played any of their games.
I mean, I played maybe one that I can think of, and I'll barely remember how that show was played. Yeah. Delta was in it, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. I am definitely getting that. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be fucking awesome. But I'm already seeing enough trailers. I know I played the whole fucking game already. I know what's happening. I just want, just want to play it again in beautiful graphics. That's all I'm doing it for. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, cool. I mean, I think I played myself out of Mortal Kombat, especially classic Mortal Kombat. I played so much of that shit when I was a kid. I mean, it's cool that it's coming back, but I'm like, that's fine, whatever. Didn't stand out to me because of that. The new Ninja Gaiden, a very classic looking Ninja Gaiden, very similar to what they're doing with Shinobi, side scrolling classic. Even though the Shinobi one looks more up to date, this looks like it's keeping the polygon look or whatever, the old 8-bit graphics. I don't like when they do that. Just like update it the way they're doing the Shinobi, bro. That's how you're supposed to do it. Silent Hill, they did a new Silent Hill game. That looks fucking creepy. Never been a big Silent Hill guy though, so I mean, I know Didge was looking forward to it. He liked what he saw, so that's cool. That's really it. That was really the only stuff that stood out to me personally. Like those 3 games, I think the most. Obviously, aside from Yote and Metal Gear. Yeah, tactics. I really love that. I do love me some tactics, but like I was hoping for something a little different. But like I said, Pragmata looks the new games that were new to me because I already knew about Metal Gear and I already knew about Yote. It was Pragmata that looked pretty cool. The Marvel game looks fucking great, and of course the James Bond game, which I can't see more about. So those 3 games stood out the most for me.
Do you think they're going to limit the Marvel games to just PS5 and PC? Because that's what it was on the screen at the end.
Well, when they did the whole interview thing, remember when I rewinded it? It's a PlayStation went to them, to Arc System, to work on that. So it's like it might just be a PlayStation exclusive, which doesn't bother me.
That is interesting to do that.
I
don't know. I'm I've been said about this. These fighting games, stuff like that, it's cool, sure.
It's cool.
But I like single player action adventure, open world.
Those
games.
are my favorite.
So yeah. I want that for these characters, not more fighting games. More like we got Marvel Rivals already. Like it's just
Marvel Rivals is a shooter as a kid.
But
shooter.
you can see the characters, you can play with them and all that. It's just
The problem you're looking for an open world superhero game, and the problem you can't develop. There's so many characters. That's why they only dedicate one character to one world. That's why you get Spider-Man open world or Batman open world. It's easy to singularly focus on the one character and let the world around them. Because what you're trying to do is like, I want to pick any superhero and throw me in New York or wherever, and let me just do whatever.
I feel like they were really so with the Avengers game, right?
That's the closest you'll get.
That was the closest. Yeah, that was. It just it got repetitive, but it still was cool. If you could switch between the characters, it might have even made it a little better for me.
That's why I was hoping it would do well, because I really think a sequel could have been better. Because I think there's a great foundation there, even though it wasn't perfect by any means. But I felt like the Avengers game was definitely overly hated because it was so repetitive. Because once the game, once the story was over, it was first of all, it was a bitch to level up. Yeah. Second of all, there was really nothing to do. And then they brought in the DLC characters came in. It was hard to level them up, and they kept doubling up, and they got lazy. We're like, you can't have Hawkeye and Hawkeye back to back.
Listen, that Black Panther DLC was amazing. Though they did a great job.
But that was the only time they did something different. Because they had other ones, but it wasn't like Black Panther. Black Panther was the biggest.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, that Spider-Man, when they brought him in, I was like, this is terrible.
That was really bad. That was PlayStation saying, you can't do this. We can't. Man, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Dude, I did love that, but still, I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Avengers game gets it gets overhated for sure. Because on its merit, I think it's a very good game. It's very hard. It doesn't have long legs. That was the biggest issue with it. But I mean, look, Marvel on a roll between Marvel Rivals and then this new Tokon game, that Cosmic Invasion side scroller that's coming out this summer too. Oh my god!
I mean, but they canceled the Black Panther game, right?
They did. But we still got
okay, yeah, I'm about to ask about that.
That's next year.
They delayed it, right?
That's the Black Panther, the Rise of Hydra. That's the Captain America Black Panther game. That's apparently still coming, so that's good. Where the fuck you at, DC, though? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Where is the Spider-Man 2 DLC? Where is Wolverine?
Give me
that was my
at this
first
point,
thought.
just give me Spider-Man 3 and Wolverine. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll take a Silk like they did with Miles, like the little mini half a game, whatever. I'll take that over, running right into Spider-Man 3. They want to do that. I'll take a Spider-Woman. Yes, Cosmic Invasion looks fucking great. I can't wait for that too.
What is that?
I'm not usually negative about stuff, but Insomniac at this point is just. I mean, they're doing the same thing GTA is doing.
It's bullshit.
You want it, right? Nope. You want it, right? Nope. You want it, right? No.
I did.
Just no. Like, there's no reason, and I don't care what any fucking developer says. There's no reason why GTA is not still coming out this year. There's absolutely no reason. The last game you made, I was in high school, dog. I was in high school the last game you made, man. There's no reason. None. They just like to be assholes. Jamie lied to me and said they were going to show Wolverine today. Shit.
She lied to herself. That's what she did.
They didn't show Wolverine today.
Did not, yeah. They never were. Insomniac, they be bullshit.
What was the game that they just talked about recently that got canceled? But they were talking about that it was using the Nemesis system, and they were like pre-production for 4 years. They haven't even started working on the game yet. I was like, that's why I got canceled. What you mean no, it wasn't.
I don't know, man. To me, I just look. I think
it was
since I was a kid. I don't like to be told something, and then you don't stick through with it. I'd just much rather not know. So for you to tell us that GTA was done and ready to come out this year, and now it comes out next year, I don't like that. For me to feel like that Wolverine tease at the bar was like 4 years ago, I don't like that.
Sure.
Oh, it was a Black Panther game. That's why they canceled it. Yeah, it was like the Black Panther game was using Nemesis, and it took them like 4 years of pre-production or some shit.
Remember, we were showing the Blade
game.
They
started yet.
No,
it's Black Panther. Yeah, it's crazy.
They showed us Blade, and we got nothing else about it.
But that's fucking what they call it? Bethesda, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just mentioning more Marvel games that we were told about. That.
Oh yeah, they got the EA Iron Man game. I mean, I can go on. There's other ones.
Just waiting.
Shit.
I'm just happy to JV. If Jamie said it, Jamie was not making a guess. Jamie was sure as hell. Jamie on here lying. Look, these games, man. I'll say this, man. If y'all gonna make these games $80, $90, $100, least y'all could do is be more consistent with the drops. That's all I'm saying.
I said don't tell me until 6 months out from coming out. that's the maximum. 6 months. That's it. Don't tell me 6 years ahead of time.
Fair.
Don't tell me anymore.
Because I'm like, look, because most people will say we can't be so hard on Wolverine, but I want to remind people I'm just as hard on Blade. Like, I only heard his voice in that end credit scene, and I still don't have a Blade.
Sure, you want to do that, Mr. Whitman?
So I'm like, it's not just the gaming industry, because I know people tell me, it takes all the time in the world, blase, blase. I was this hard on Invincible. Like, bitch, what? 3 years? Motherfucker, you better get in the lab, get that shit churning. I don't know what the hell y'all doing. Gives you time to save money. Here's the thing, Jamie. I just want you to drop it. You let me worry about the money. You just drop the shit.
Gives me time to get older, you mean? Look, come on now.
Of course. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. Just drop the game. It's annoying already. Because there's some of us that only likes games like that. And you taking 90 years to fucking make them, it's excruciating. It really is. You know what I'm saying? I got Joel telling me every 5 days these new games that he loves, and I'm just sitting here, just waiting on Spider-Man, waiting on Wolverine.
I like Spider-Man. I like Wolverine. That's my fault. My fault. I have variety. That's not my fault.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
it sounds like
he's saying the games you like, he doesn't.
That's not my problem. Right. That's the thing, I have variety. That's what I'm saying.
I'm you for that. Fucking stop enjoying yourself with these games.
I can have fun with other things, goddammit. I found a game out of nowhere called Expedition 33, which is fantastic. That thing I didn't even know existed like a couple months ago.
I like that.
Fantastic fucking game.
You know what? Here's a new rule. Trayvon can't come here with negativity. You can't come here with positivity.
I don't live in that world, bro.
Balance.
You talk to the wrong person.
Happy
I
about
don't live in that negativity world. I don't do that.
I don't need you to be.
You are friends with the wrong person if you're looking for negativity.
No.
You got Trayvon.
I don't need you to be negative. I just need you to not be so positive.
I can't be that way. That's how I am. I'm glass half full, bro.
That's it. I get a good balance.
I'd be living in constant depression if I was like that. It's crazy. I can't do that.
I'm with y'all. They be trying to hype us up too fast. Exactly, and I don't know what for. We're gonna buy it. You don't need to play with us with GTA. We've waited already 20 years. We're gonna buy it. You don't need the fake hype. You don't need the fake hype. It's great. Now wait a minute. Who told you to play it? Oh, we told you to play. Oh, Jamie saying, Joel, give them credit. They told you to play that game.
Yeah, but again, I didn't know it existed. Is my point. Like it was a game I didn't know existed, and then out of nowhere it came. I wasn't expecting it to show up and me playing it and really liking it. This is what I mean. Like I'm open to playing that game. You saw it. They would have told you to play it. You would have fucked said no. Like I'm not that person.
Jamie just said it right there, and my answer is still no. Of course not. Of course not. Joel did it. So your recommendation worked. Joel's playing it. That's good enough.
Right. But I like RPG. I like RPG, especially like I don't mind turn-based RPG. I don't mind that. You know, I don't. There's a lot of games I grew up playing. I don't like first-person shooters. I know a lot of people that love that shit. I can't. I don't like it. It's not my thing.
Well, I can tell you the game that I'm about to be fully immersed in, Trayvon. I'm surprised you haven't talked about it. Power Rangers Rita Rewind.
Oh hell no.
Throwback. No, but did you see it? It's a throwback to the old Power Rangers game where you could fight as
it's that's remember when you asked me what Cosmic Invasion is? It's like that, but more characters. Side scroll. It's a retro side scroll.
I'm shocked you've not said
you don't like beat 'em ups? That's fucking awesome. Come on.
I bought that game. What was that game they did like a couple years ago? It was Power Rangers. Was it Shadow Grid? Something? What was it? It is some kind of game. I have it on the Switch.
No. Hold on. Let me just say this, Jamie. I'm not in a position to say gaming instead. I'm not a gamer. I'm saying I have a very specific taste in games that I'm paying $80 for that I'm not in the market of right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm not in a position to say gaming instead. I'm not a gamer. I wouldn't know. I'm just saying I like very specific games. And if I don't have them, to me, I'm not playing any other games. So, but I can't say gaming instead. I wouldn't know where to begin. Couldn't tell you. Play these good ass games. No, I appreciate Joel's recommendations.
I appreciate. I just told him I played it.
No, I'm saying it's good enough for me to hear you talk about it.
Oh, it's good. It's good shit.
I'm also
Battle for the Grid. That's what it's called.
No, this is nothing like that. That shit's horrible.
Was a fighting game, wasn't it?
Yes, that shit's horrible. This game
this is a beat 'em up.
Remember that time me, Mike, Didge, I think Joel, Jamie, we all got together. We were playing that Ninja Turtle side scroller.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just like that. It's just like that, but with Power Rangers. So you get to play as the Megazord. You get to play as the Rangers. You get to play in human form. It's just like it's the throwback Sega game where you get to play as them as the teenagers, and then you get to a certain point, you get to morph and then play as the Power Rangers. It's a throwback game, 100%. And I remember the original, and I loved that. I'd play it obsessively.
I think I have that on Xbox, actually.
If
the original.
This shit is on the Switch too, I will be fully immersed.
Let's see. Is it in PS Plus or you gotta buy it?
No, it actually just came out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it came out the end of May, or it comes out the end of June, one of the two. But it's for PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. It's not just for Switch.
That looks so good.
You know, we gonna convert you. No, sorry, no, no, thank you, no, thank you. No, thank you. New season of Fortnite is this weekend. That's my focus. That's my focus, Jamie. I probably won't even be home to fucking play it now I'm thinking about it. But
it's $35. Okay.
You said what?
It's $35.
Yeah, but no, take a look at it first. See if it's something you like.
That's so good. I'm so excited.
don't just dive into it. I think it would be something you would like. But everyone, we're getting out of here. Pray for me that I can get this Switch because they're already talking about it sold out everywhere and anywhere and everywhere. I swear to God, when systems first come out, it should be a one per person thing. It should not be at one person can buy 2 or 3. It's fucking ridiculous, man. But I know Switch 2 drops in stores tomorrow and drops digitally on Friday. So hopefully I can get it one of those 2 days. Hopefully, if not, then I'm gonna have Trayvon make a phone call. Get me that.
You'll get it in 4 years.
Jamie got a Switch. Well, I don't doubt it. Jamie has connections.
Jamie don't need a connection. She rich.
Now that is an actual lie. All right, whatever you say, Jamie. Whatever you say, Jamie. Jamie, DJV literally called you big money, and you corrected him to say medium money. So I don't think that's an actual lie.
Your parents own Microsoft, right? Isn't that what he told us? So we were cool.
That is true. That is true. Look at this. Joel's been hanging around me too much.
Yeah,
He was just too organic with that lie.
Look at all these. Look at all this system transfer to Nintendo Switch 2. Look at all this stuff in here now. They got it all through the menus and shit.
Yeah, I plan on Joel, you said she has a family lawyer? Yeah, that's money.
Oh my God.
She got a family lawyer. She got a mansion. We saw it. She came tonight.
All that money float.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, we're getting out of here. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, DJV. As always, thank you to Trayvon and Joel. Hopefully, the next time I talk to you guys, I will too. If not, I won't be here next Wednesday. So, if you don't see me next Wednesday, that would be why. So, hopefully, I get it. But all right, that's it for us. We will see you guys next time. Till then, peace.